Hello to, as of this morning, my 234 beautiful subscribers and anybody else that stumbles across my ugly mug. It's going to be another nothing burger of a day today. The weather forecast is pretty grim, to be perfectly honest with you. So on today's little instalment of my vlog of my build, crimping. So I'll start with, in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier, nicely crimped and all that, but I'll draw your attention to, can you see that on there? There's a nice burr on the heel, and also on the very edge of it there's a nice burr. Try and catch the light. Don't know if you can see it. There it is. So what you need to be careful of, obviously, is that is on the mating face of the terminal. So there we go, look at that burr. As an ex-quality engineer and a machinist in a previous life, that's pretty shit and unacceptable, but these are made in the hundreds of thousands at a time, so no wonder that the quality one slips through. So obviously that could cause a bad connection, so that will need to be deburred. But then you get this one, it's out of the same batch, bought at the same time, same packet, and there's a teeny tiny one there and the rest of them are quite smooth. So again, just be very, very careful, give everything a feelie, make sure that it's nice and smooth. And even to the factory bus bars, you can see there's a slight burr on that as well, on the slot and on the edge. So that's me catching my thumbnail on it. So it's very important that we make sure that all of our terminal connections, all the mating faces, are nice and smooth and flat and free of burrs. So that's that. Be careful, keep your eyes peeled. So it'll just be a quick once round with that. Shouldn't really use files backwards, but I want to take the burr off the edge of the part instead of putting it back over the front mating face. It's actually quite a beast of a burr on that, actually. Copper. So bye bye tin plating. A little bit more there. There we go. A little bit more there. Trouble is with copper is it can be quite chewy, grabby and whatnot, and you can end up just pushing the bloody burr around. Nearly there. So, smooth as a baby's bum, that's what you're looking for. Yeah, no, can't see bugger all. So just nice and smooth. That'll do. Alright, me crimper. Crimpy, 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 crimper. Change these dies. All will become clear for that. So there we have the 35mm 2AWG dies. Plop that up there. Plop that down there. I've got enough spare cable, but I'm quite short on crimps, so I've got a couple spare, but I can't make that many mistakes. So I need to kind of concentrate on what I'm doing. So it deforms them a little bit, but not too bad at all. You see the other ones that are like that. You can get some scissor style that I've got a nice big hook on them, so it still sort of grabs it and closes it like an aperture sort of thing, but you want them nice and round. That's quite nice and good. Those crimpers are really good. So I'll get me lug, give it an eyeball, and just try and mark it with the flared out part. I might need to do this and come away. Now silicone coated ones, really nice and easy to sort of strip. So I just work my way around, put a little bit of a score in it. Go down that way. Oh, sorry, spanked you in the face. It's a really nice cable. There's loads of really fine tinned copper strands, and so far I've not had to use the sort of zip tie food bag trick to keep all the strands together. These ring lugs, I got them from City Electrical Factors in Kilmarnock. They're nationwide in the UK. So nothing special. They weren't too expensive either, £1 something each. These ones appear to be a little bit slacker than my bare copper lugs that I've got, so there seems to be a bit more room in these, and also there might be a little bit less thickness of material. 2 seconds of concentrate, get this around the right way, so that goes onto the main terminal, and then that goes onto the breaker. Flipped around 180 degrees. Now, one thing with this crimper, and one thing with sorry, bear with me. We straggler, you can go away. Right, that round that way. That round that way. That around that way. Really, I could do it being your side so that I can blooming see. So you just give it a little nip, and then that holds. Then that holds the ring lug in there, so that you've now got a hand free to push the cable all the way home. And then it's a little nip. Move along. Now, I don't know if you can quite see it on the camera, but with the 35mm die, with the 30, right, for some reason my phone only records 5 minutes at a time. I can't believe that was 5 minutes already. With the 35mm die, it doesn't really give it a very good squish, and I can still move that, okay? And that was all the way bottomed out. So what I do is I sort of treat this a bit like a sheet metal workshop shrinker stretcher. Is just sort of keep working it and keep manipulating it. A little nibble, move along, little nibble, move along. So opposites attract. That's the breaker side, and that's the main terminal side. But you can see it's, get that shrink wrap out of the way. It's not that great, and you can still wiggle it. So I'll go to the next size down of die. So we are 4 AWG 25mm square. Get up there, thank you. So this bit of it needs a little bit of attention, because you don't want to completely crush it with the smaller die. Don't go all the way. See the gap there? Just keep your eyeballs on that and don't go all the way. About there. You see how we're getting a better crimp now. See how it's closed it down that extra little bit. So I move along. And same again, it's about 1 millimetre of a gap in between the two dies. So we're getting a better crimp now, but it's slightly oval. So I'm going to go back in. Time consuming, but it does do a pretty good job for cheap crimpers. Make sure you're lined up. That'll do. Alright. About 1 millimetre's gap, and then move along. About 1 millimetre's gap, move along. Just rotate it another once, maybe. Oh, fuck. because I'm just basically manipulating it into round, keeping my eyes on it. Millimeters gap. Move along. About a millimeters gap. Move along. And it ends up a little bit bruised. Fuck it. It ends up a little bit bruised, but it's a really good tight crimp, that. Okay, so if you used to go and close it down until it's tight, it can pinch the side of the material. And before, when I was doing my other battery pack, my little crappy Carla ones, it is possible to tear the material around about there, but really that's quite good indeed. So I'll just, you shrink wrap it, and then over there, job's a good un. Job's a good un. So that will be the first of many. Fingers crossed. Here we go. Let's get this cracked. Just make sure you don't push it up too far and funk yourself up. Now with the marine grade heat shrink, you want to keep going until the glue starts to ooze out of the bottom. I really need to look at the job and not look at a bloody screen. Try and keep you in focus. Oh, walloped you. Come on, Miss Piggy. Oh. So I was looking at the job and not looking at the screen. That's it, just starting to ooze now. Nearly professional. Nearly looks like Andy in the off-grid garage done it if you squint. Just waiting for that glue to start to appear. We ooze. Come on. I have got a more powerful heat gun, but it is a proper sort of Black & Decker DIY heat gun, and you can quite easily have those far too hot for too long and cook things. So the old Miss Piggy does a good enough job, but just where it's only quite low power, just takes a little bit longer to get that glue oozing, and then it's a good one. Oh, it won't show it. It won't show it. No, you can't. I can't see it. But there's that glue just starting to ooze. Come on, focus. Shut up, you. There you go. There's that glue just oozing out. So as soon as that glue starts to ooze out, that's you. Stop. Sorry for the shoddy camera work. There you go. There's the glue, little shiny bit, just starting to ooze. So good enough. Doesn't look too bad at all. It's going to be tight and it's going to be hard and they're going to be swearing. You're in my way. Fucking whose idea was this, eh? Whose fucking idea was this? Anybody move? Nah, it's not going to work. I can't see me hole! Really do not want to cross thread this. So gently, Bentley, if it nips up, I'm backing off. Oh, I've got it. Bloody hell. I've got it. Hey. Hey. Oh. Sparky, sparky, sparky. Woomy, woomy, woomy. Holy fuck, come on. It's a good job for these terminal covers. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that very well. It's all off at a bit of a squinty angle, so I fucked it up a bit. Never mind. And I'm going to be too long over here. So, too long over here as well, so I've got to nibble out the corner of that bloody... Got to take out that corner maybe. Yeah. Oh. Balls. Fucking far too long. Far too longy. Oh well. Never mind. I'll get away with it. It should be okay. It's a nice relaxed state. So there's no real stress and strain on the terminal. And as Andy says, there's a little loop for safety. Expansion and all that, and if I ever need to trim it down, then I've got some spare, or if I ever move that and it need a bit longer, I've got some spare. So not a total disaster. So we've got the main battery positive and cell 16. Oh, I need both hands for this. Wrong way. Can't see bigger all, so you're just going to have to take my word for it. Amateur hour at YouTube. You can just about see. Oh, go down, you bugger. You can just about see, so that's fucking near enough for me. Where am I going to put this one so it looks nice, and now I'll go that way. Take a bit of the slack out. Maybe. Never was that good at sewing. Another one there. And the last one, battery positive. That's a bit of a fiddly widdly, but that's okay. Chubby fingers. Feels like it's all sat nice and stress free, which is good. I'll go down there, wee zippy tie, lovely jubbly. Where's my torque wrench? Where's the fucking torque wrench? I shit you not, I have just wasted a good 20 minutes getting really frustrated and pissed off with myself because my 10mm socket has eloped with my torque wrench. Now I've been using it in this area and this area only. I have been absolutely everywhere. I know that the place is a bit of a pickle and a bit of a mess, but I've even been in the kitchen and checked by the kettle, blah 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 blah, and I just came out and look at that. Now I've picked that box up and I've moved that box several times. That's bloody hiding from me. Jeez, oh, I've literally moved that box from over here with the rest of the gubbins out of the way, looked all around there, bloody been away, come back, fucking up there, down there, bloody round and round and round, swearing at myself, getting quite frustrated, and it's in there all the time. I can literally put things down right in front of me and it's gone. You know, you'll be sat down working on your car, cross-legged, working on the brakes or something like that, and you know, you put the spanner down, it's gone. So anyway, that's my bloody back at it, torque wrench. That's life, that's what all people say. And game over for the gimbal mount, the battery's flat. God sakes, man. So you want to be a YouTuber? No you don't, it's fucking shite. Can't do this one-handed, so I'll catch you in a bit. I sing comfortably, and can you hear me at the back? No? Tough. Yeah, I don't like that. Just a bit more of a pre-twist on it. Because the nut grabs hold of the ring lugs. Oh, fuck's sake, come on. Put a little bit of a nasty kink in it if you're not careful. There we go. Is that any good? A bit tight on the old cover there. There you go. There we go. That'll do. We eyeball at it. So that'll do. So that'll do. A little bit longer than I wanted, but there's no stress on it. It's nice and relaxed, and there's a bit of slack for if I ever change the position of that. So everything's sat quite nicely, looking all right. So do the next one, and we'll go from there. Right, so sorry about all that wobbliness. The gimbal mount for the phone packed up, the battery died, and then the phone battery quickly died. So I'll just move that out of the way. Right, this side of things, to that breaker, no easier. Still had me upside down and swearing, so you didn't miss anything there. This out the top is going to go a little something like that. So I've put in a couple of cross members, and I've bent that flange there to give a nice bit of extra space for the cable to pop up from this side, and also conversely that side over there. So there's going to be a bit of a crossover there, but that's fine. So it'll be cable tied up like that, and a couple of cable ties there. Yeah, fucker. Don't move. And then down to, so it'll be something like that, and down to the middle two. So the other terminal that's across the way will come from there, up underneath, and over to that terminal, a mirror image to the other side. That way big blue inverter can come off of there, and the AC coupled inverter can come off of there, and that'll do, I think. Yeah, so yeah, I'm going to keep the conductors the same length, so that the current draws as equal as possible ish to the tolerance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo that, move it over to the other side, run it through, and just check that that black mark goes to my stud. So that's me switcherooed to the other side, and we'll come up bottom of the channel, and wee clampy bit there, and my mark is now smudged, but just about there. So not a million miles away. One thing I don't quite like is you see that that's out at an angle, so it could do with a little nip up in the vise and try and tweak it over a little bit, or I might just to give it a little bit less of a stressful turn. I might just bite the bullet and have it over at a slight angle instead of perfectly vertical. I know that people will get itchy eyeballs and OCD, but I don't quite like that gooseneck and the angle that really it could do with being angled that way. But we'll see how it goes, because obviously I don't want to bend copper that much, because it can work hard and then it will just split, so it will go shit. So I might end up leaving as is and just angling the cable slightly to give it a little bit of a less severe turn just there. Don't know, waffling, could be right, might be right. Where the cable touches anything metal, I'm going to put an extra blob of, an extra lump of heat shrink, and the same as there, probably a bit of extra heat shrink, just belt and braces, so it don't electrify the frame of the shelving. Ha ha ha, that would be interesting. The bendiness at that one over there, where it's at an angle, that's nothing to do with me crimping it and distorting it. That's one that's pre-crimped, and you can see that it's running off at an angle, because obviously that gives you clearance and everything like that. But I've got a couple spare, so I'm going to give one a go of tweaking, maybe. Right, so it should go quite easy. Easy as peas. Yeah, that'll be alright. Yeah, that'll be fine. Having that little bit of an angle helped at the bottom of the breakers, because obviously it's giving you a little bit of extra clearance, but at the top, yeah, that'll be alright. And to fix the one that I've already crimped, it's actually not that hard at all. There we go. That'll do. Many hours later, there's my cables. So all crimped all nicely, and I have got Andy's little loincloths. Many moons ago, many episodes ago, on the Off-Grid Garage Australia, when he was testing the Google Power stack of batteries, had bare bus bars on the back, and he didn't like it at all, and he came up with that idea of shrink wrap split down the middle, or split down the sides, and use it as a loincloth to cover any bare terminals. Fan-bloody-tastic. Thank you, Andy. You're one in a million, man. That's brilliant. Can't use a zip tie there, would be a mistake. Never mind. Here we go. 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 Lovely, jubbly. Oh, the old silicone insulation. That's nice. The silicone insulation is really sticky. It just like friction. Not sticky as in sticky, just the fucking friction of the stuff. Don't talk with your mouth full, fuck's sake. I would think the old phone's gonna be out of memory soon. I don't know, I'm gonna have to check and see how long I've been picking going. Oh, come on. There we go, found me hole. Nowhere at all does it specify a torque setting for here or for that bus bar, so it's literally just a nip up and quarter of a turn. That's lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Boy, oh, going all Welsh. And there we go, there's Andy's little loincloth. That's fucking superb, man. Love it. Needs a little bit of a bend, that one, so what I might do is I might get just a blob of hot glue and stick it down. Apart from that, lovely. I haven't quite got much heat shrink left, so what I've done is I've put some of that plastic insulation behind there to form a channel. That all still needs to be snugly zip tied yet. Because I still need to do the other side. Get in there. Fish. Bash. Bosh. Whew. Oh, I'm quite happy with how that came out. Oh, OCD, get it straight. There we go. So, there, done. Done. I don't know what else to say. Apart from I'm hungry and it's getting late, and I really thought I would have got completely finished today, but that's just the way it goes, where you can just have a couple of hours here, a couple of hours there. The only thing that I might protect a little bit further is just there. I'm just going to need to stick a little bit of something in there for chafage, just in case. But apart from that, really happy. So, main inverter off of there, and then bridge that, then underneath them into the switch, up to the switch, and then it's a case of fingers crossed I don't end up with some fucking. So there we go, nearly there. Just wonky enough and unsymmetrical enough to upset people with OCD and itchy brains, but overall it is not too bad at all, and the gnarly crossover up there ain't too bad. Tide mark there, that's all got to be redone as well, and I'm not convinced of the amp rating of those switches, so that eventually they're going to get changed and all shifted up and rejigged to accommodate that inverter as well. So that'll do for now. I need to go and get some dinner because I'm starving hungry. The next installment of my Wii vlog will hopefully not include fireworks, because it'll be the final connection time. Fucking about with the pre-charge resistor and all of that. I'm not looking forward to it at all. So hopefully it doesn't include fireworks and crying. Thanks very much for watching my build so far. It's getting there. Look after yourselves. Shine on, peeps. Shine on.